I think he was very largely supported by whites, because one must ask the question, where were all of the black people during all of Dr. King's operations? One would have thought that after his death, there would have been many millions of people marching to Washington to beg Congress for some respite from oppression. But no, they took to the streets for many reasons immediately after his death. And I think the main reason was because even those of us who disagreed with Dr. King felt that symbolically we had been shot too.
We are underestimating the significance of the poverty program, the march, which Martin Luther King was slated to lead immediately prior to his assassination.
So understand, immediately prior, like to his assassination, he was the one that was supposed to lead this. Think about it. Keep that in your mind.
A new dimension, which was being added to the whole campaign led by Martin Luther King. Moreover, I don't agree that, while I don't agree with all of his philosophy, still, to me, it is clear that Dr. King moved more Afro-Americans into challenge against their oppression than any other figure in this period. And at that moment, he was about to add millions of poor Euro-American people, which represented the kind of challenge to the...
Now, think about that. He over here talking about getting some civil rights. Yeah, nigga, that's fine. As long as you stay in your place. Now you talking about teaming up with some white poor people? Oh no, this guy got to be taken out. So let me rewind what this gentleman says here. So let's listen to what he says here.
We are underestimating the significance of the poverty program, the march, which Martin Luther King was slated to lead immediately prior to his assassination. This represented a new dimension, which was being added to the whole campaign led by Martin Luther King. Moreover, I don't agree that, while I don't agree with all of his philosophy, still, to me, it is clear that Dr. King moved more Afro-Americans into challenge against their oppression than any other figure in this period. And at that moment, he was about to add millions of poor Euro-American people, which represented the kind of challenge to the power structure which they couldn't take. And so he had to be removed and was removed, because that movement was becoming a mass movement, including Euro-Americans and Afro-Americans, which actually would put the axe at the root of the system dominated by the power structure.
Mr. Moeller, for the sake of discussion, assume that what you've said is true. What has happened to this movement? I mean, was it all in the mind of Reverend King, or was it a genuine people's movement that the only thing it lacked was some direction? What I'm trying to get at, was it once again the kind of, where we depend always upon the one man to move history, or was it a genuine people's movement? What has happened to the movement?
Dan Watts is a real one, and I'm going to show you that a younger version of Dan Watts here. And this is one of the videos I would start, introduction, be the intro videos to episodes.
Let me put it to you this way. We are proud of being black and of our black heritage, but white America does not accept the concept that this is a multiracial society. It has never accepted the fact that there are black people, brown people, yellow people here alongside them. They've always looked upon America as being white. And hence, all of its propaganda is directed at us to convince us that somehow or the other we must become white before they will accept us. Even a publication like Ebony, with a subscription of something like 800,000 Negro subscribers, is written for what we call the low visibility Negro, you know, the light-skinned Negro. With a rare exception, Ebony never features the activities of the black man in this country. It's always that low visibility, you know, the almost white Negro. And how you too can be this way one day if you use some of the skin lighteners that they run in their advertisement. I mean, when it runs ads like Dr. Fred Palmer's skin whiteners, it is denial of the fact that black people exist. That somehow or the other, in order for us to exist, we must resort to using hair straighteners so our hair won't be kinky. That somehow if we could only hide our blackness, we can then become part of this thing called the American melting pot or the American.
So that is Dan there, kind of giving a critique to some of what he referred to as like milquetoast sort of black publications, and he pointed it out in his video. So you see, he still has the more radical view.